Good evening. My name is Bill Silva. I'm the principal of the East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School, and I would like to welcome you all to the commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2024. At this time, I welcome everyone to stand and to please stand for the national anthem performed by the East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School Concert Band. Thank you, band. Please be seated. A little windy tonight. Thank you again. I would like to begin by welcoming members of the school committee, Superintendent Legault, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Williams, our esteemed faculty, family, friends, colleagues, community members, and of course, the class of 2024. As we begin this evening's celebration, I would like to point out the emergency exits located at the end of each of the bleachers, as well as the gates surrounding the field. Should you need assistance at any point this evening, please reach out to any staff member, emergency personnel, or volunteer. Thanks to EBCAM, you are all witnessing a graduation ceremony that's being broadcast live via the World Wide Web. Hello to our family and friends who are watching from their homes in East Bridgewater, across Massachusetts, from coast to coast, and beyond. We welcome you all to our celebration for the class of 2024. At this time, I would like to ask all veterans, active members of our military, fire, police, first responders to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all you have done for our country and our community. As a former Army medic, it gives me great pleasure to take a moment to recognize the members of the class of 2024 who will be continuing their education in the service of our country. I ask the following members of the class to stand and remain standing as I read your names. Sean Brown, Army. Mike Hodder, Marines. Angus Malinowski, Army. Within the coming months, these three students will be leaving for basic training. In addition, we have Daniel Dennehy, Mass Maritime. Thomas Hancock, Mass Maritime. Tim Heath, Mass Maritime. Adelson DePina, Mass Maritime. Gavin McLeod, Mass Maritime. And Brendan Shea, Mass Maritime. I ask you all to please help me express one more time our collective thanks and appreciation for these students who will be helping protect and serve our country in the future. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank two additional groups from the class of 2024. Gentlemen, please sit. See, they're already ready for the military. They're waiting to be told what to do. I love it. Absolutely love it. So once again, we have 8 of our students who have partaken in our police and fire academies. Over the course of the last 2 years, these students have taken early college courses in law enforcement and fire science. This past year, they have spent hundreds of hours working with our East Bridgewater Fire and Police departments. During the course of their internship, students have been certified in CPR, taken vital signs, and rode in the back of an ambulance. Students have worked as dispatchers, traveled with police cruises on ride-alongs, and been to the shooting range to learn firearm safety. They have been put through physical tasks of carrying 50 pounds worth of fire gear in the Police Academy physical fitness training and exam. I would like to ask the following members of the senior class to please stand. Our Police Academy, Ava Blandon, Lily Cookson, Lilia Fagundes, Trayvon Lawson, Reese Neal. Please remain standing. Our Fire Science, Owen Barry, Teddy Joy, and Dylan Kaplinger. Each of these students will be receiving a diploma with the seal of the East Bridgewater Fire and Police Department, respectively. Can we give them one more round of applause? You can be seated. So as I reflect on this past year, I can't help but be filled with pride and admiration for each and every one of you. Throughout your time here, you have demonstrated dedication and perseverance and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Whether it's through academic pursuits, extracurricular activities, or service to your community, you have continually impressed me with your passion and commitment. Today, we celebrate not only your academic accomplishments, but the friendships you have formed, the lessons you have learned, and the memories you have created. Each one of you has contributed to, in your own way, to the culture of our school community, and for that, I'm truly grateful. As you stand on the brink of new beginnings, I encourage you to carry the values, the principles that have guided you thus far. Embrace the challenges that lie ahead, and with the courage and conviction, knowing that you have the skills and the knowledge and the determination to succeed. But remember, success is not solely defined by personal achievements or accolades. It's also measured by the positive impacts that you have on the world around you. So as you pursue your dreams and aspirations, I urge you to never lose sight of the importance of empathy, kindness, and compassion. As you leave these halls and venture into the world, know that you will always have a home here at East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School, and you will always be a Viking. You are not just graduates, you're part of a larger family, bonded together by shared experience as a common purpose. On behalf of the entire faculty and staff, I want to express our heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you, the class of 2024. As you spread your wings, soar to new heights, may you continue to inspire, lead, and make the world a better place. I would like to have Mr. Gordon McKinnon, chairman of the school committee, come up and give a few more remarks. Not sure if you can hold.
I'm going to have to hold it. Yeah, I'm not used to that. On behalf of the East Bridgewater School Committee, welcome, graduates, your families, friends, teachers, administrators, and honored guests, to the 2024 East Bridgewater Junior Senior High graduation ceremony. We sincerely hope that with the education that your degree represents, coupled with the love and support of your family and friends, you are well on your way to a meaningful, fulfilling, and happy life. But you're not done. Your graduation from high school is most assuredly an important milestone in your journey, but you are not done. The road ahead is exciting and challenging, and it is your road to travel. Sorry. Now you choose to ask the questions. You pursue what interests you. You find the path that resonates with you. You get to define what a successful life looks like to you. Allow me to offer a few suggestions for your consideration. As you continue your life journey, continue to seek knowledge. Ask for help when you need it. Offer good help when given the opportunity. Be happy with who you are and the person you're becoming. We wish you all good fortune, health, and happiness On behalf of the East Bridgewater School Committee, congratulations, one and all. Thank you. Now I'll hand it over to Superintendent Legault.
Good evening. What a gorgeous night. Look around, graduates. This night is for you. Welcome to all of you, and a special welcome to Representative Allison Sullivan Almeida, one of our biggest advocates and supporters. She also has given each graduate a special recognition from the state of Massachusetts House of Representatives that's in your diploma case this evening. Make sure you take a pellet or a piece of turf as you leave, because on Monday we start reconstruction for a new turf field. As you leave us, so does this field. I wanted to give you a quote to think about as you graduate this evening by former UCLA basketball coach John Wooden. His quotes were called Woodisms for their simplicity and subtle guided message. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. And with that said, Chair McKinnon, committee members, Dr. Williams, Principal Silva, faculty, staff, families, and the class of 2024, with the authority granted to me by the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby certify that each student has met the standard and achieved the required credits to receive the East Bridgewater High School diploma. Let the commencement begin.
I'd like to invite Catherine Capozzi to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Silva. Good evening and welcome friends, family, faculty, and the class of 2024. My name is Kate Capozzi. I'm the senior class president. I'd first like to congratulate all of the seniors who have made it to this milestone. I would like to thank all my friends and family for supporting me all throughout high school, especially my mom, dad, and my brothers, Ben, Nick, and Alex. On behalf of the class of 2024, thank you to all the teachers and staff who have made a positive impact on our class and school. We want to thank especially our class advisors, Miss Lastly, without whom we probably would have been bankrupt at the end of sophomore year, and Miss Dugan, who joined us senior year. Thank you for all the time and effort you both put into our class. We wouldn't have been able to do all that we did without you. I would now like to ask you to come up and accept a gift on behalf of us. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this fast because I know my mom's gonna start crying, so. All right. As a class, we've been through a lot together. Junior prom, sophomore year March Madness, which, let's be real, we won, but it's all right. Spring team to Skinner's on Fridays from middle school, or the second grade all around the world concert, to name a few. Some of us were also able to travel abroad during April vacation this year to foreign countries like Spain, Italy, and Costa Rica. Pura vida. Yup. In high school, we learned valuable lessons from our teachers, like how to dig trenches in Mr. Eaton's history class, or how to manage our money with Mr. Capuzio. We also learned lessons from each other outside of school, like how to be better friends and better people. For me, the biggest takeaway I got from my time here at East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School is that life really is what you make of it. While you could go through life having a bad attitude and judging others for doing what they like to do, you could also choose to embrace and appreciate where you are and make the most of it all. Like our guidance counselor, Mrs. Carlisle, always says, nothing changes if nothing changes. So thank you to all the people that got involved, made the most of what you were given, and tried to create change to make the school an enjoyable place to be. Lastly, I would like to leave you with a lyric that has stuck with me from the musician John Lennon. He said, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." So, as you leave here today, I hope that in the future you will all remember to appreciate where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. It's been a pleasure getting to know you all, and thank you for allowing me to be your president for the past 5 years. I hope you all lead a happy and fulfilling life, no matter what you do. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2024. Thank you. I would now like to welcome to the podium our national championship winning gymnast and senior class secretary, Ella McCarthy.
Good evening, parents, family, friends, and class of 2024. My name is Ella McCarthy, and I'm the class secretary. I'd first like to congratulate my fellow classmates on this big accomplishment. Thank you to my parents and Marissa for endless support and encouragement. To my friends for helping me through these 4 years and creating countless memories. Thank you, teachers and coaches, for always pushing us and motivating us to get better. We have all made big accomplishments, including our salutatorian, Hannah McAlpine. Hannah is musically and academically driven. Please welcome Hannah McAlpine.
Thank you. Although we've been seated here for a good 20 minutes, it feels right that I bid you all welcome and thank you for being here. As we gather to celebrate the futures of the young people before you in trade schools, the workforce, higher education, and beyond, it is more than necessary to acknowledge the lives currently being taken horrifically en masse in ongoing genocides around the world. Thousands of those killed are children deprived of the very futures we await. A moment of silence for them, please. Thank you. It is such a cliche topic of conversation for those in my position to share their trials and tribulations as they thought and rethought what sentiments they'd share in this moment. Nevertheless, holy guacamole folks, it is a long and arduous process. The meaning of the word salutatorian comes from the Latin word salutatorius, to greet. Well then, hello, consider yourselves greeted. I've spent roughly the past 3 weeks scouring the internet, taking down notes from YouTube's best salutatorian speeches ever, ! And weighing the advice of Google. I felt immense pressure to measure up to the poised, eloquent speaker that I felt everyone here would want to see. I felt as though my accomplishments here would be mitigated if I failed to present that stereotypical image. And then I thought, wait, I don't exactly have the best track record of conformity, and that's one of the things I love most about myself. Although facing judgment is imminent, humanity and progress demand that you love yourself and the world around you enough to be weird. I've had that word tossed around in my presence, accompanied by some taunts, slurs, and laughing glances within the halls of this institution, and I would be remiss not to recognize how my compliance on that front has played a role in my achievement here today. But to be entirely honest, people being put off by other people purely for the harmless ways they exist is equally laughable and cause for existential dread. This lends itself to one of my all-time favorite rules of living: don't take yourself too seriously. Wear fun socks, tell really horrible jokes, laugh whenever you get the chance. Personally, I have a small plastic dinosaur glued to the top of my cap. As we embark on this next chapter of our respective journeys, I encourage you all to lean into your innate human weirdness, the things that make you truly unique. Care really super deeply for the things that bring you joy. Appreciate fellow human uniqueness for all it has to offer, because it has a lot to offer. There is so much passion, humor, love, potential, and opportunity for connection beneath the ways in which we judge one another. There are times in which we may feel pressure to fit into certain boxes and reject those who refuse to fit into them. Yet I implore you to consider how much more beautiful, colorful, safer, inclusive, and sustainable our world will be when we do not. But in pondering that advice, I do not feel astutely morally sound. How is it that we may enjoy such existences while so many across the globe face such horrible oppression and violence on the daily? Cultivating one's authenticity relies on a degree of privilege not afforded to every student and human focusing their energies on survival. Perhaps it is not that we feel joy in place of the attention we give to injustice, but that we allow both to coexist, letting our joy, community, and authenticity fuel our actions towards a better future. I would be remiss to gloss over the necessary thanking of individuals who have embraced and shaped my own outlook. There have been many along the way who have gifted me with hope, values, joy, community, and new ways of thinking. My mother and father, who have sacrificed more for me than I will ever know. My aunts and uncles, big dreamers and doers. My cousin Owen, a heart-lightening friend. My cousin Julia, an inspiringly ambitious and empathetic human. My grandparents, steadfast supporters and even the most fervent of my endeavors. Educators here, Miss Hulk, Mrs. Sheehan, Miss Dugan, Mrs. Tucker, whose dedication to the whole student shines through in all that they do, and whose attention to imparting lifelong skills unto their students is both appreciated and encouraging. Cheryl, our custodian, a caring presence around the building, whose smile in the hallway on any given day is most uplifting. My flute teachers and two of my favorite people, Lydia Chang and Kristen Dye, mentors and confidants, strong women whose character I aspire to every day. Mr. Hatchfield, Mrs. MP, Mr. S., Miss Lane, Mrs. Anderson, and Miss Garland within the East Bridgewater music program, those at the South Shore Conservatory, and peers and friends in ensembles throughout the years. You've taught me so much about the world and myself, and I'm certain my life would look vastly less joyful without you in it. Finally, I wish to recognize that when we value one another's uniqueness, we feel distinctly less inclined to compete and compare ourselves to one another. I'd like to recognize my classmates not addressing the crowd, not adored with cords, medals, and pins, who have not adhered to archaic measures of intelligence. They are the next generation of creatives and problem solvers, entrepreneurs, organizers, professionals, and artists. To those whose bare numerics have never determined intelligence, your contributions will shape the society we inhabit. A round of applause for them, please. It's come time for me to introduce our next speaker, someone whose wit, intelligence, and creativity inspire me every day. It has been the honor of my life watching him become the incredible person the world needs right now. He is found within the music program, volunteer teaching clarinet lessons and serving, for better or for worse, as the dad of the clarinet section, equipped with sound musical advice and dinosaur band-aids. Caring for his friends and family, adoring animals, yes, even the outdoor cats he pulls over to admire on the drive home from school, completing 1,000-piece puzzles in 48 hours, and in every corner of the world, attempting to understand, question, and better it. I can absolutely not contain my excitement to see where the future takes him and the number of lives he's going to continue to touch. In my most gratifying moment of this evening, I present to you my brother and closest friend, your valedictorian, Fitz McAlpine.
Hello. Thank you, Hannah, for your very well-articulated and very necessary words. Thank you also to the faculty, staff, parents, guardians, friends, and family who have been involved in helping all of tonight's graduates get to this place. I'd like to express additional appreciation for Mr. Hatchfield and the high school concert band for providing music for the occasion. I'd be much more comfortable sitting over there with them right now instead of giving a speech, but here we are. Here we are. High high school students about to graduate and enter a world full of a lot of pain, but a lot of good, but a lot of uncertainty. Up until now, most of us here have had the opportunity to be normal high school students. I actively dislike the word normal and don't quite believe in the reality of its existence, but let's acknowledge that for the majority of us about to graduate tonight, our schooling experience has been typical to the point that, while perhaps you're excited to discover what the future holds, you might also be left wondering something along the lines of what now? Or even be tempted to raise your hand and wait to be called on by a qualified adult who can fulfill this inquiry. For an institution intended to prepare us for the real world, though, this school-sanctioned solution of patiently waiting while other people who seem far more equipped handle the situation and figure it out will not be much help. While I like to think I'm responsible, I am still not an adult and by no means claim to have the answer. However, I'd like to present some ideas I have regarding the issue of where, in the world, in our lives, we go from here. Up until now, we wake up to make it to school on time, walk in the same doors every day, and dutifully follow the bell schedule. Teachers present us with material. The idea is that we're supposed to engage with it. We're assessed, usually on paper, through the form of the ever-popular multiple-choice question, and then we move on to the next topic in whatever class we're taking, either because it's a graduation requirement or there's an empty slot in our schedule that needs to be filled. Everyone is ideally supposed to do the same homework assigned on the same material, and the cycle repeats itself the next day, and the next day, and the next until you reach today, which will turn into tomorrow, which will turn into entering the workforce, the armed service, taking a gap year, attending an institution of higher learning, or whatever else you make of it. Regardless, after today, that cycle of predictability will, to an extent, be over. You'll likely still be expected to wake up at some point and do some tasks, but you will have more freedom in what these tasks are, as well as in why and how you perform them. I've obtained reports from reputable sources that there are, in fact, no required courses or bell schedules for life. So what becomes your new normal? And by extent, the world's new normal, seeing as we are its very future, is up to you. It is my hope that in establishing this normal, you will make a conscious effort to never stop learning and to actively pursue knowledge and understanding of yourself and the people and the world around you. This isn't the type of learning where you memorize facts to regurgitate on a standardized test. Instead, for the rest of your life, I hope your learning will look like this. Watch and read the news, listen to podcasts, partake in the sometimes intimidating but hopefully rewarding engagement of talking to other people, those whose ideas you agree with and those whose ideas you don't. Even more than you talk, listen. And think deeply about what you hear and ask questions. Learn about what is going on in the world around you as just one aspect of fulfilling an obligation of being a person in it, but also learn for the sake of the joy it brings you. Find something or multiple things you're really interested in and learn as much as you can. Change your mind, discover interest in something else entirely, learn even more. One of my best models of this has been my clarinet teacher of 4 years, Miss Skeeta Brown, who, in addition to being one of my favorite human beings in the entire world, is also, in no particular order, a classically trained clarinetist, a music teacher, a practitioner of yoga, a yoga teacher, a music therapist, a successfully published author, a college professor, manager of her own clarinet and yoga studio, dog lover, pilot, lifelong learner. I entered her studio with the mistaken understanding that I would learn how to be a better musician. I'm leaving having to learn to be a better person. I've learned a great deal from her about clarinet, in psychology and anatomy and nature, but also myself and how to believe in myself and that my future and my existence as a person does not have to be one thing. Think about how incredible that is. None of us have to be only one thing. Imagine what a world it would be, everything we could learn, everything we could share, everything we could do if we all felt free and we all enabled each other the freedom to never stop learning and evolving as people. It is my hope that as you find them, you'll spend your life sharing your passions with other humans. Teachers are some of my favorite people in the world, but you don't have to be one to do this. Again, talk to people, listen to them, be open to learning from them. Geeta indirectly introduced me to an incredible human who embodies this trait. His name is Gary. He's a clarinet performer and repairman, but somehow I never leave the attic where he works with just a fixed instrument. He knows so much. The first time I met him, I was scared this accomplished professional would scoff at a kid with a student clarinet who didn't even know the technical words for all the parts of the horn or the names of all the composers he was making small talk about, but he's kind and generous and excited to share what he knows, which makes me excited to learn from him, which is why, despite my family's mild concern, I've decided I'd like to be Gary when I grow up. Consider how much change we could enact if we all found something or some things we're passionate about and then found ways to use those passions to be a change for better in the world. It is my hope that you'll come to embrace joy in authenticity. Consider for a moment the rich depths of your own beautiful life. Now I invite you to partake in the absolute mind bend that is conceptualizing the fact that every single other human being on this planet has a life as stunningly complex as yours. Authenticity then will look different to each of us, but I'm asking and I'm pleading that we forever revel in the beauty of our shared humanity. It is my goal, and it will be my goal for the rest of my life, to hold myself accountable for this. I see that in the audience, in the rows of graduates, in countries around the world facing violence and famine and genocide, in myself and the many others who have faced unkindness within the halls of this school, that we have all been hurt, maybe to different extents, but I'm holding myself accountable to seeing that and retain the hope that this is one way we can continue to heal, by devoting ourselves to seeing each other, because the world really needs it right now. And by the world, I'm not referring to some figurative grand world stage looming above us all, where I imagine the velvet curtains are heavy and the lighting is far too bright. I mean your life. I mean our lives. Our lives that right now place us in a position of immense privilege as we are gathered to celebrate the futures of a generation. Well, across the globe, thousands of young people are having their futures ripped from them by various humanitarian disasters. Our lives in which we have the power to make choices and changes as individuals that, taken as a whole by all of us, will be a part of a global process of change. Change on a grand scale is commendable and necessary, but it starts with individuals. It starts in places with our own school, with people like Cheryl, who deserves special mention. Cheryl is one of our custodians here. I'd imagine when you spend your work days cleaning up the entire fruit salad that someone has somehow managed to spill in the stairwell while people walk past you as if you don't even exist, it might be a struggle at times to see the good in humanity. Cheryl reminds me of the good in humanity. She greets me every time she sees me, loves music, converses with me after every concert we put on here. She says I'm one of her favorite people and she'll miss me when I'm gone, and it warms my heart. Why in the world can't we push ourselves to see each other like this as human beings, equally as deserving of dignity and respect and connection? It is my hope that every human being here, whether you're graduating or in the audience, knows that I am speaking to them right now when I say that you are the future. We collectively are the future. We cannot reverse every damage, but please believe that it is not too late for us, and it is not too late for our world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we would like to have our concert band seniors head up. We're going to have a selection from the musical department, The Fate of the Gods.
Good evening. My name is Gina Williams, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Schools. First and foremost, my congratulations to the class of 2024. My best wishes for all of you. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing our commencement speaker. Mr. Matthew Condon is a graduate of East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School, class of 2019. After excelling in the classroom, on the sports field, and in our music program, Matthew continued on to Northern Vermont University. Continued his success there and graduated in 2023 with a Bachelor of Science in Atmospheric Sciences and an Associate's in Journalism and Broadcast. For those of us that have known Matthew since high school, or even since Central School, we know that he's always had a passion for meteorology. That passion was proven his senior year in high school when he performed a weather forecast for his talent in Mr. EBHS. So in true Matt Condon fashion, he continued to work hard and be successful and make his dreams come true. And today, we refer to him as meteorologist Matt Condon. Matt can be seen live on Channel 6 News in Knoxville, Tennessee, where he provides the daily forecast. So Matt, I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to give you my best news anchor introduction. We're live in East Bridgewater at East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School graduation ceremony with meteorologist Matt Condon. Over to you, Matt.
That was awesome. Thank you.
I'm calling my news director. That was fantastic. Good evening, Superintendent Legault, school committee members, Principal Silva, Coach Silva, families, friends, and the class of 2024. Thank you for having me. You could not ask for better weather for graduation. I mean, come on, right? You're welcome. I take credit for the good weather, I'm sorry. I just flew in from Knoxville, Tennessee, and it has been a busy few weeks, forecasting and broadcasting about severe weather. So, of course, I'm still in weather mode here, so I'm going to start off with the weather forecast. Sean O'Donoghue, headed to the University of Kansas. A few clouds on Saturday, with some thunderstorms late in the afternoon on Sunday. It'll be warm this weekend, highs in the 80s. Rachel Rinker, headed to Florida Atlantic University. It'll be hot there. Highs near 90 this weekend. Slight chance for storms Saturday, Sunday, and into early next week as well. Ava Turcotte, headed to the University of Vermont. A lot of sunshine this weekend. Doesn't happen all the time in Vermont. Highs in the low 80s, but water temperatures on Lake Champlain still in the 50s, so too early for swimming. And I know the cold. I went to school in Vermont. I could do forecasts all day, like I do at work, but let's get on to the speech. This past week, the South saw severe weather. Damaging winds, flooding rains, large hail, and tornadoes destroyed neighborhoods from storms that bubbled up in Oklahoma, tore through Arkansas, and were on a trajectory right for Knoxville. I went on air to provide real-time weather updates. After 60 hours of reporting on severe weather, the storms cleared out, the sun returned, and I headed to the airport, exhausted, to be here today. I'm glad to be here today. Even though I live and work now in the South, we still see snow. It was crazy. In January, almost a foot of snow fell in Knoxville, with freezing temperatures in the teens. Pipes froze, there were not enough plows to clear the roads. I could barely drive to the station safely, and lived there for 3 days because the roads were so bad. I hope Zach Noonan, who is headed south to the University of Central Florida, doesn't have to deal with snow. This weekend in Orlando, hazy, hot, and humid, a triple H. Highs in the 90s, and of course, those pop-up summertime thunderstorms like Rachel will have to deal with. That reminds me of a 7-day heat wave during my internship at WCVB Channel 5 in Boston. Everybody who drives up Route 128 knows the parking lot outside of the station in Needham. I had the idea to do a live broadcast outside in the heat. It happened to be National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. AJ Burnett and I decided to see if we could use the sun to bake cookies right there in the parking lot while giving a weather report. We got the supplies: camera, lights, cookie dough, baking sheet, spatula, and of course, kitchen aprons. We were missing one key component: a table for the cookies. I then remembered the trunk of my car converts into a table for tailgating. It was perfect. I think I saved the live shot by seeing the problem and solving it quickly. You have been preparing for your next challenge for the last 18 years. You are ready. But always remember to set yourself up for success. Study hard. Learn as much as you can. Be creative and open to ideas. Do your best to prepare for curveballs, and always have a table. I started preparing for my on-air career in the first grade at Central School with Mrs. Blackwell when I gave a presentation about a special veteran, my Uncle Edwin. During my junior year at EBJSHS, I worked with Mrs. Sarson to create a class to study meteorology. East Bridgewater has the most caring teachers who make it their mission every day to help every student succeed. There are future teachers in tonight's graduates, like Owen Berry, who will study secondary education at Bridgewater State University in the fall. How many others going to Bridgewater? Come on, there's gotta be a lot of you. Come on, there we go. Congratulations. The weather this weekend? Looking great for graduation parties. A lot of sunshine on Saturday, a few more clouds on Sunday. Afternoon highs, low 80s, low humidity too, pretty good. My time in East Bridgewater was the best. Student Senate, concert band, and soccer. The best part was doing these activities with friends. Look around you. These are your people. I hope you all stay in touch. During one of my final college soccer games in New Hampshire, I got to play against a former teammate from high school. Even hundreds of miles away from East Bridgewater, you'll realize there are East Bridgewater Vikings everywhere. I know Emily Choquette will see East Bridgewater Vikings when she attends Southern New Hampshire University. It'll be a nice weekend in Manchester, a lot of sunshine, highs in the low 80s. Saturday looks a little breezy like it is right now, winds gusting, 20 miles per hour or so. Friends will stick together. After graduation, my meteorology friends and I went storm chasing through the deserts of New Mexico and Texas. Storms fired up all around us, strengthened quickly into supercells, and dropped hail the size of golf balls and lightning strikes. We felt we were close to being trapped. We raced through dirt roads, dodged a few cows along the way, and as the sun set, we beat the supercell before our escape route was cut off. We shot the gap between hail cores and narrowly escaped. As you move out into the world, be safe, but you don't always have to play it too safe. Chase storms, chase adventure, get after it. For those attending Mass Maritime, there's going to be a ton of adventure in the North Atlantic for Thomas Hancock, Brennan Shea, Gavin McLeod, Timothy Heath, Daniel Dennehy, and Adil Sendapina. An active hurricane season is expected in the Atlantic, with 8 to 13 hurricanes and 4 to 7 Category 3 or higher storms. Hurricane season begins tomorrow. These graduates will be out in the ocean, not in an office every day. That too is my favorite part of my job, being out in the field for live shots. On opening day of Knoxville baseball this year, I broadcasted live from Smoky Stadium. It was a warm day. I'm set up to report behind the dugout on the first baseline, running through the weather forecast live on TV. When the hot dog vendor comes around, yelling, "Hot dogs, get your hot dogs here." I quickly had the idea to bring him on camera in exchange for the first hot dog of the season. Gavin and I had the best time on opening day over shared hot dogs, and he got his face on TV. The point is, like EB graduates joining Mass Maritime, look for opportunities to help people. Be kind, be nice, welcome them into your life, and of course, have fun. Sean Brown, Angus Malinowski are enlisting in the Army, and Mike Hodder is going into the Marine Corps. These graduates are ready to help people and serve their country. You will have long days in the hot sun when it will feel like the triple digits, and long days when downpours just won't quit. You will persevere. You got this. These graduates will be tested in battle. The weather in Tennessee can be a battle with Mother Nature. One of the toughest battles for me was during my first internship with a former Boston meteorologist, Danielle Breezy, now chief meteorologist at News 2 in Nashville. On the first day of my internship, a tornado warning was issued northwest of Nashville. I updated the radar as Danielle went live with wall-to-wall coverage, meaning she stayed on air, tracking the storms and alerting people in the path until the threat was over. I'd never been in this situation before. I grabbed a blank piece of paper, wrote updates for Danielle, power flashes north of the interstate, storm speed approaching 60 miles per hour heading towards Davidson County. Sometimes you just have to find a way to contribute and keep going. Some of you may be on a path that is unclear. It's okay to be unsure. That's when you will grow the most. There is so much excitement in a brand new adventure. During my final semester at college, I was excited for my next adventure, working as a broadcast meteorologist. I listed out my experience on a resume, sent out dozens of applications to TV stations around the country. Years of hard work coming down to a big decision that I had to make the week before graduation. I had two offers, one in Topeka, Kansas, and one in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Both stations had good people and great opportunities for me to learn and grow. I was ready to make my final decision when Danielle encouraged me to check out this opportunity in Knoxville. I knew it would be tough to land a job in Knoxville. I'd already been rejected from a similar-sized station just a week prior. The pressure was on. Do I accept a job in Topeka or Fort Wayne and have my next adventure set up before graduation, or do I listen to Danielle and try to land the job in Knoxville? A week after I got back from storm chasing, WATE called and sent me a job offer. I accepted it right away, and I've loved working as a meteorologist in Knoxville. My success today is a result of my network, my family, my friends, teachers, mentors. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Listen to your network. They've helped you get here tonight. As I'm sure we'll hear in just a few minutes, they are your biggest cheerleaders. Take a risk and believe in yourself, just like your network believes you. Have confidence in yourself and your abilities. Sing with confidence, like Jordan Cantalupo, who is headed to Long Island University to study musical theater. Great weekend weather there, too. A little warmer on Saturday, highs in the low 80s. A few more clouds on Sunday, keeping temperatures in the upper 70s. Okay, there's one last forecast I have to do. I'm calling a curveball here. So this Sunday marks 5 years since I sat exactly where you are right now. 5 years on Sunday since I graduated from East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School in chair number 4. Hey, how's it going? Matt. What's your name?
I'm Nick. Nick Caposi.
Where's your mom? Where's your family?
It's some over there.
Hey, guys. What are your plans for the fall?
I'm visiting UMass Amherst.
UMass Amherst? Come on. Who else is going to UMass Amherst? There's always a bunch of them. Well, this weekend's looking great. A lot of sunshine, low 80s. You know, you got to have it up here. You just never know what they're going to say. But for all of you, a lot of sunshine in your forecast. Congratulations. Class of 2024, everyone.
Wow. Unbelievable. Thank you, Matt. And now we have a choral selection for you called Slipping Through My Fingers from the class of 2024 choral members.
Test. Start over. Oh, test. 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 What did we do? This is what she was thinking just now. Bless me. I was looking like yes.
Testing.
Yep. Jake. Pianist. Okay. He's coming. Mm-hmm. You.
School bag in hand, she leaves home in the early morning, waving goodbye with an absent-minded smile.
I watch her go with the surge of that well-known sadness, and I have to sit down for a while.
The feeling that I'm losing her forever, and without really entering her world. I'm glad whenever I can share her laughter, that funny little girl. Slipping through my fingers all the time, I try to capture every minute, the feeling in it. Slipping through my fingers all the time, do I really see what's in her mind? Each time I think I'm close to knowing, she keeps on growing, slipping through my fingers all the time. Sleep in our eyes, her and me at the breakfast table, barely awake, I let precious time go by.
Then when she's gone, there's a melancholy feeling and a sense of grief I can't deny.
What happened to those wonderful adventures? The places I had planned for us to go. Well, some of that slipping through my fingers all the time. I try to capture every minute, the feeling in it, slipping through my fingers all the time. Do I really see what's in her mind? Each time I think I'm close to knowing, she keeps on growing, slipping through my fingers all the time. Sometimes I wish that I could freeze the pictures and save me from the funny tricks of time, slipping through my fingers. School bag in hand, she leaves home in the early morning, waving goodbye with an absent-minded smile.
Thank you very much. So, class of 2024, this is your night. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And now the moment you've all waited for, presentation of diplomas. Class marshals. Sneak right in here. Class marshals. All set. Fitz William McAlpine, presented by Amy McAlpine. Hannah Linda McAlpine, presented by Amy McAlpine. Catherine Ann Kaposi. Nicholas William Kaposi. Ella Grace McCarthy. Lilia Ann Fagundes. Yep. Aiden James Flaherty. Lily Mae Cookson. Claire Sally Colton. Angela Lily DeCarolis. Jace Clifford Allen. And Mia Lee Royal. Ava Marie Blandon. Chloe Marilla Bopp. Jordan Lee Cantalupo. Catherine Paris Carabin. Colin Michael DeChambeau. Haley Elizabeth Diaz. Owen Leo Fay. Leah Joanne Foley. Shania Anna Gardner. Thomas Charles Hancock. Anna Ruth Horton. And Kylie Ann Keenan. Chloe Carol Levine. Isabella Oliveira Marquez. Gavin Michael McLeod. Claire Armstrong Miga. Reese Nicole Mullaney. Reese Elizabeth Neal. Zachary Ryan Noonan. Paige Elizabeth Pavitas. Madeline Grace Perry. Riley Jean Richardson. Rachel Holly Rinker, presented by Amy Rinker. And Brennan Michael Shea. Sarah Michelle Sylvia. Brady Michael Simon. Gabriel Iris Cipriano. Sean Nicholas Thomas. Ava Grace Turcott. Matthew Richard Werra. Natalie Catherine West. Racine Philip Auberg Jr. Grace Anna Ray Avery. Let's step right up here. Owen Patrick Barry, presented by Captain Kelly of the East Bridgewater Fire Department. Thomas Barry. Malik Carter Beljean. Andrew Jason Blanchard. Ezra Peta Blasco. Gabriella Bolan Bolduck. Evan Richard Brew. Christopher Michael Brickhouse. Sean Robert Brown. Christian Joseph Burke. Patricia Marie Calgero. Noah James Casari. Emily Michaela Choquette. Nathan Christopher Clark. And Zachary Ryan Conley. Thomas James Cross. Ryan Michael Crowley. Maria Eduarda Jardim Cunha. Alexis Marie DeMeo. Daniel Joseph Dennehy. Gavin Scott Dernberger. Hunter Charles Devine. Grady Carlson Dewhurst. Marcelo Juan Diaz. Rio James Charles Donato. Logan Anthony Doucette. and Matthew Christopher Dunbar. Connor Brady Egan. Andres Julian Espaillat. Audrey Reese Furneaux. Shafatia David Ferron. Olivia Rose Forget. Christian Gerald Francis. Chantal Marie Gonzalez. Sean Gregory Hank Gurney. Isaiah Ryan Halbach. Samuel Gibson Hall. Tyler Thomas Hartsgrove. And Michael David Hodder Jr. Timothy Daniel Heath, presented by everyone's favorite athletic trainer, Evan Chandra. Patrick John Hennessy. Wispa Marie Hoppy. Kylie Alana Jenkins. Gage Anthony Johnson. Molly Catherine Joy, presented by Captain Kelly of the East Bridgewater Fire Department. Dylan Joseph Kaplinger, presented by Captain Kelly. Caden Patrick Keene. Cooper James Kearns. Our morning tradition. Zoe Gray Kelly. Connor John Kingman. Connor Joseph Cole. Stanley Lorraine Lacrete. William Sabaluski LaCroix. Trayvon Michael Lawson. Vanessa Mayrin Lapine. Vanessa J. Levesque. Jaden Stephen Lovell. Elijah John Lynch. Devin Michael Mabor. Angus Victor Richard Malinowski. Adelson Daniel Marcelino Monterio Dapina. Anthony Michael Martin. And Nicholas Owen Michaud. Aiden James Minson. Khalees Marie Morton. Kian Amri Mora. Serena Catherine Murray. McKenna Lynn O'Connor. Amaya Feliciano Oliveira. Christopher George Oman. Jose Junior Paguay Loja. Olivia Lila Pennington. I did. Olivia Ann Politano. Brianna Christine Quill. And Marcos Paulo Oliveira Jr. Caleb Stephen Reel. Cole Robert Redder. James Michael Redder Jr. Jackson Robert Ricks. Brooke Catherine Roderick. McKenna Paige Salamone. Dawn Olivia Sansis. Ethan Brewster Sareva. Derek Allen Smith. Gonçalo Spinola da Silva. Erica Alicia Sunshine. Karina Elizabeth Swinburne. Samo Pedro Tellis III. Aiden Michael Toomey. Regan Lee Vaughn. Ian Correa Vieira. Catherine Marie Wilson. Ryan Matthew Wolf. Braden Robert Young. Nejana Symphony Young. And Nicholas James Yout. Congratulations. I'm pleased to now call up Kate Capozzi, President of the Class of 2024, and Ella Ricks, President of the Class of 2025, to the podium.
Ella, as the President of the Class of 2024, it is now my pleasure, duty, and honor to pass this gavel to you as the President of Class of 2025. Thank you, Kate. You and the class of 2024 have been exemplars of what it means to be a Viking, and your classmates have set a shining example of accomplishment and leadership. The class of 2025 is proud to follow in your footsteps, and will do our best to follow your fine example of a senior class. Lastly, I'd like to give a little shout out to my older brother, Jackson Ricks, who is in this year's graduating class. I am super proud of you, and I know you'll do great things after high school. I love you, and I look up to you each and every day. And now, back to Mr. Silva.
Nice job. Okay, so before we say goodbye and officially become graduates of East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School, I would like to take the opportunity to thank a few people here tonight. Real quick, I promise. Russ Hannigan, Ann Carrigan, and Zach Anderson and EBCAM, thank you so much. The man behind the microphone, Bob Condon, thank you for being here again tonight. And his son, Matt Condon, our guest speaker. Thank you, CNC Smith Farm, Happy Frog, and Special Occasions for all the flowers and decorations for tonight. A huge thank you to Mr. Ed Sweeney and his staff. Without him, we couldn't get this done. He's here somewhere, I'm sure. To Claire McCormick and Emery Barboza serving as class marshals, and Mr. Mark Ferrioli and Devin Mello as our faculty marshals. To the EB, DPW, Fire Department, and Police Department, thank you for always being there for us. To Ms. Legault and Dr. Williams and the school committee, thank you for your leadership and guidance. To Mr. John Shea and Deb Vaughn, thank you for always advocating for our students. Ms. Dugan, Ms. Lasley, thank you for everything you do for the class of 2024. To Mr. Jamil Siddiqui, thank you for being student senate advisor and a voice of reason this year. To Ms. Welsh and Ms. Newman, thank you for all the support over the last few weeks and for today's ceremony. And lastly, Ms. MP and Mr. Hatchfield, thank you for all the help with the music tonight. Thank you, parents, families, friends, for supporting these graduates along their journey. Without you, none of this would be possible. It takes a team effort to help with events such as this and make such an entire school be successful. To Mr. Tom Walsh, thank you for your support this year. Ms. Christine Anderson, 1,000 thank yous would not be enough for your unwavering support. Ms. Tully, Ms. Furia, Ms. Proctor, you are the brains behind the operation. To Mr. Tony Gentile, somewhere out there, keeping us safe behind the glass as our security guard. So it's time. Without further ado, at this time, I would ask the graduates to please stand. I ask you now to move your tassels from the right to the left, and it is my honor to announce you the class of East Bridgewater 2024.